Oh, walk around the compound. We'll see some tigers and then hopefully we'll see some Pete's and hear some squeaks. Oh. Oh my goodness. You have so many things. What do you think? Yeah, I know it's a little bit warm outside. But it's nice in here. It's nice in here inside of the cool coldness. But the thing with that is that these guys, they're devious. They're devious and they're evil, and they can't be left unattended, because if they do, they like to rip parts of the wall out like that. Yeah, that's when you leave them unattended. So people have to be in here. Like Jameson. Say hi, Jameson. This is Jameson. Jameson has been here helping and volunteering and working for a long time. He's an old school volunteer at the Center for Animal Research and Education. Big time friend of Heidi's from back in the day. And then there's his wife, Natalie. Say hi, Natalie. Hi. Okay. Was that Slade that just came in? Or was that Boomer? I couldn't tell. Yep, that's Slade. You gotta look for the W's. Oh, there you go. Pee on the walls. That's why we put FRP board up, because when they pee on the walls, we can easily disinfect. So that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing. Boom. Hi, bud. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging out because me and Jameson, and I'm gonna keep on going. But say bye, guys. Bye, guys. Jameson, Natalie, and I, we've been doing some more work on trying to get more fencing up. I know it's been long overdue with a lot of different things. Oh, construction delays and all that stuff. It's been hectic, and it's been kind of crazy with a lot of different things that have been going on. I know a lot of people have been asking, like, hey, when is this stuff going to happen? When's this stuff going to go on? And admittedly, it's like things have slowed down. Yeah, it stinks. But we're still making progress, slowly but assuredly. Oh, look at this, though. We have this beautiful floor. Beautiful floor. We still have to grout it. I don't know if that's, what is that, slate? That's not slate. Oh, it is, because I was making Flintstones jokes when Heidi got it. There you go. Get out of my office. Mr. Slate is, I can't even remember what he says, what he used to say, but, you know, it was hilarious. Jocularity ensued. It was amazing. Should have been there. Boom. But there's so many, like, we still have to, we're trying to get a crane, like a giant crane, because we've got these big cement things out in the field over there that we're going to be able to use as pools. And then but it's like getting a crane over here. And then also getting the dirt, because we've been having rainstorms, getting the dirt hard enough to where we can actually get a crane that can drive through, not get stuck, because that would stuck getting like a very, very expensive piece of someone else's equipment stuck out here. So there's certain things that you have to take into consideration. You have to wait for the ground to be dry enough, and then you have to actually organize when the crane can be out here to actually load these very heavy pieces of concrete to make the pool structure that we plan on building. So yeah, and then also the interior section, still waiting on the IDS impacts people to actually come over and you know, do the furnishings. I think that they're going to be able to get out here within the next month. If you guys could just kind of, you know, get a little bit more moving, that would be super duper, because yeah, the sooner we can get that thing up and running, the sooner we can start having people stay in it, and then the sooner we can actually start to, you know, raise money again for the facility. So it helps. Didn't know it was going to take this long. Oh, gate. All right. Okay. Stinking gate. Come on. Sorry, I'm gonna put you down for a second. 2 hands. Success. All right. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic, sunny and a little bit wet and trying to get some work done, walk around the compound webcast. Yeah, it's been eventful. We had some thunderstorms pass through last night, and those thunderstorms. Luckily, we didn't get the really bad stuff. That was more to our west, and that was more to our north. And then we had different stuff kind of happening to the south and then the east. But as Heidi keeps on, like, it's the vortex. It's the Bridgeport vortex. And I'm like, honey, we've been hit with tornadoes multiple times. And she's like, shush, 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 vortex, vortex. I'm like, okay, all right, vortex, vortex. Ah, there's Serena. Serena, old girl. Yeah. Had another one of those sad times. Had another one of those sad times. Where a lot of you, I mean, you know, you're already aware that Kate is no longer with us. And yeah, it was a bummer. That was that's a hard one. That's a hard one to cope with, you know, because she lived a full life. I mean, she was going to be 15 here pretty soon, so I mean, tiger years, that's up there. You know, it's not a bad run. It's not a bad run, but it's like, you know, you still feel cheated. You still feel like she could have had more time. She could have had more gas in the tank. And then it's also kind of how the whole thing went down, because here's the thing, and you also have to realize, like, with cancer, like, because it was cancer, she had massive tumor on her neck. I mean, it was like, it showed up, and then, like, in under a month, it was huge, and it was gone. And it's one of those things where the cancer, by the time it was visible, like, externally, like, you know that, like, especially with like melanoma and stuff like that, you can have it's like under the skin. It was already like going through her body, and she not only had cancer in her neck, but when we opened her up, she had a lot of cancer, like, inside of her lungs and all of that stuff. And a lot of people, they'll ask, like, well, yeah, we've had a number of cats that have passed from cancer, and it's true, and it certainly is true. Hi, jumpers, Monsieur jumpers. And one thing also, it's like, you got to sit there and think, a lot of the cats are going to be passing from things that they would normally not pass from out in the wild, simply because, I mean, they're living well past their wild life expectancy in a captive situation like this. So they will like die from things like cancer and like heart disease and stroke and stuff like that. They'll die from like old people illnesses. So yeah, that is something. But one of the reasons, and this is what Dr. Brian Davis with the Exotic Genome Repository, a good friend of ours, works at the National Institute of Health. The National Institute of Health, PhD genomicist, smart fella. He seems to think, and he actually, because we send samples whenever we have a cat that passes. We cut into them and we take all sorts of samples from them, and then we send them to him. And then he seems to very much so think that because a lot of the cats here at CARE share common lineage, and they do. A lot of the cats they're relatives of some sort, distant cousins. A lot of them are, because a lot of the cats that are here are leftovers from when there was a lot of commercial breeding that used to take place here, not zoologic, and the fact that the cats they do share like similar heritage may mean that a lot of them do carry a predisposition towards melanomas. So yeah. And what I was saying before was because the way that it looked, the way that it appeared, was that she gets this growth on her neck, and then you think like, oh, this is maybe an infection, and then you think like, did she get bit by a snake? did, you know, all these different types of things start rolling through your head. So we're doing different things. We're sedating her. We're trying to like drain the thing, and we're trying to do like intravenous fluids, and we're trying to give her antibiotics and all that stuff. And it keeps on getting worse. And then you start to think like, well, what the heck is going on? And the level of sedation is different for each procedures, because you'll have procedures where you can do things like kind of more like on the surface, and the drugs that you use are going to be different, and the level at which you put the cat under is going to vary and be different, and you take more, there are more risks inherent in certain types of sedations versus other. The deeper the sedation, generally the more risky it is. And then you have to do like intubation, and if you're just dealing with what appears to be an infection, then you don't want to risk, like, you don't want to unnecessarily risk when you could possibly treat just via antibiotics. So you want to treat to the lowest level. You don't want to just cut if you possibly don't have to. And the thing with her, when you, and like, if you have anything like if she starts having tumors that like grow like on her neck, you're talking about like things that are close to like nerves around her tongue, around her trachea, around carotid arteries. There's so much vital stuff here that if you start having tumors form up there, like that's pretty much done skis, regardless, because it's so difficult and it's so chancy for any sort of successful removal of any of that stuff. But like I said, by the time we even by the time that the diagnosis like was said, like, no, this is, well, she did have an infection, but the infection was caused by the tumor. So by the time it was determined, like, oh my gosh, you look underneath like all of the infection, if you look deeper and there's a tumor there, like by that time it's just like, well, yeah, it would have already been too late anyway. Had we found out like weeks ago, the decision to put her to sleep would have been made. So, yeah. But I guess like that's the other thing I was trying to get at, was the way that it happened, because like you think like with an infection, like, okay, that's treatable, and you keep on thinking like, come on, we can do it, we're gonna get it, and you put so much energy and heart and investment and feeling into trying to get this animal better, and then all of a sudden, like immediately you cut open with like the deeper sedation, with the deeper intubation, you cut open and then you see that rubbery black tissue, and then you know right away, cancer, it's done. That's another like emotionally draining element of that whole thing. Thinking there's a chance, no chance. Oh, yeah, that's a rough one. And I loved her. I loved her so much. I mean, I love all the cats, but then she was just very special. She was so frisky, and she was so beautiful, and she was so healthy. I mean, just a month ago. But that's one of those things about like certain, because that's the other thing, like she more than likely had cancer like inside of her body, like developing for months. The way that it actually like was like in her body, like after we had opened her up. And this happens, and it's so crazy, and it's a testament to these animals and like their resiliency, because they'll literally be walking around like this, snuffly and rolling in the grass and just beautiful and wonderful. And then, you know, they might be developing like terminal cancer, and you wouldn't know. I mean, it's happened before. It's happened in the past. They keep those cards tight to their chest. They really have this kind of like, I ain't gonna let no cancer get me down, you know, kind of attitude. They really do. They're tough animals. They're resilient. They just, not only do they not really, you know, like, it's the ones that can't tell you how they feel. Like, no, it's not even that. They're just like, yeah, I feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not going to keep me from snuffling and rolling in the grass. It's like, it's literally how a lot of those cases will happen. So then by the time they actually do show signs and symptoms, it's already too late. Hi, sugar pie. we're gonna get into shedding season here soon. We're gonna get into shedding season. You can see with their stripes, their stripes are pretty faded, especially the white tigers. Their stripes are faded and brown and tan looking. And she's gonna be shedding here in a little bit. Oh, they had to lock up Allie and Archie. Gotta lock up Allie and Archie to clean their enclosure. Because they were being bad kitties. They were being bad kitties, not locking up. Not locking up. And they've got legs in there that have been in there for too long. Stinking up the place, literally. Oh. Yeah. And I, you know, I was at work when Heidi called me and told me about Kate, told me that she's gone. I had to step outside, and it's like I saw her, like Heidi called, I stepped outside to get the call, like, hey, what's up? And she says, Kate's gone. And then it's just like a, shit. Okay, how are you? You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Where are you? All right, I gotta get back to work. I love you. Hold back tears, gotta get to work. All right, and then that was it. That was it. Yeah, it's a rough one. It was rough. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Hi, Jess. Hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful. Hey, y'all, beautiful. Yeah. But, yeah. Definitely, I mean, definitely released and let loose with a lot of pissy-eyed waterworks later that evening when I got back to my apartment. Pissy-eyed waterworks. When I was putting that video together, oh my god, I had to take breaks. That was rough. That was rough. Which one are you? Ra? Zoobs? It's so hard to tell right now. I think you're Ra. Ra! Ra! You gonna wanna come over and say hello? Or are you just gonna be a bum? A crumb bum? Whatevs. Whatevs. Oh. There's cuteness. Yeah, I miss Kate. I miss her. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. There we go. You know, and there's some people. There's like a dude on Instagram when I was making the announcements, like commenting about like, you need to, like, your veterinary oversight is not good. You need to do better to take care of you. And it's just like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. Monday morning quarterbacking and explaining like a bunch of the things that I just explained. But it's just like, dude, you have like, you're completely misinformed. And here's the other thing, like, I know for a fact that we treat the cats here like medical procedure, like treat that usage of the word, we treat them more aggressively and more comprehensively than a lot of familiar named, reputable, large scale organizations and zoos. I can tell you that right now, we do. One of the big things is that we're just open about it. Because taking care of cats, taking care of these animals when they're sick and dying, that is ugly business. It's ugly, and it's not like there's stuff and there's decisions and there's things and like there's treatment and there's sickness and bile and fluid and tumors and just things. It's just, we show it. We show that and we talk about it. A lot of these other places, and I don't like to sit there and say like, we're so much better. And I'm not doing that right now. But what I'm saying is like one of the big things that makes us different, and I'm not saying that this makes us better, but it just makes us different, is that we talk about a lot of that stuff. We talk about a lot of the ugly things also that take place. We talk about the treatment stuff, the urgly-burgly, the pain. We talk about those things. We're open. Gate. Sorry. A lot of other times you have cats that start getting a little bit more like down under the weather. Like animals get relocated, they get moved, they get sequestered in back zones and back areas, and then it's not like saying it's like, you know, we got to keep it under wraps, but it's just like more quiet and more private type stuff. They're not publicly saying just like, and the tumor was this big. You're not going to see, you know, like some of these large zoos like making these announcements saying just like, well, she had tumors like all over her kidneys. It's just like, just everywhere. They're huge. It's like, you're not going to see that, but like we do, because we want to talk about like the reality of doing stuff like this. It's not all sunshine. I mean, I'm going to steal a line from Rocky. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows. And nothing hits hard as life. You gotta keep on moving forward. That's how much you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. I love that movie. I love Rocky movies. I love them so much. Except number 5. Except the 5th Rocky movie. And the crazy thing about the 5th Rocky movie was that it was the first Rocky movie that was directed by the director of the original Rocky. So it was the first one that brought back the original director, and it was terrible. All that Tommy Gunn stuff. Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. And here's the thing: like this latest movie, the latest one that came out, Creed, that's how the Tommy Gunn one should have been and felt and everything. But yeah, no, Creed was good. I like Creed. I'm sorry. Look, Rocky movies, they're fun. They're fun. I know they're not. I know they're not Shakespeare. Whatever. I can enjoy them. Ah, yes, my dear, the man is here to make you feel upset. Let me give you my wiener. It will make things all better. I present to you my wiener. You like? Yes, of course you do. But, no, the way that I explain the 5th Rocky movie with all the Tommy Gunn stuff was that, because that's the one where he lost all of his money too. That's the one where he lost all of his money and they had to go back and live, you know, like back in middle income housing. They had to stop living in their mansion and everything. I think that still happened. Like his accountant stole all of his money, and then like he went through just like maybe like a period of psychosis, or maybe just like severe alcoholism or something like that, and then he like hallucinated all of that Tommy Gunn stuff. That's it. That's how I explained the 5th Rocky. And then like he got himself better, he sobered up, whatever, you know, like opened a restaurant with Adrian. There you go. And then the events unfold, and then you get into the 6th movie. That's how I explain away that atrocious storyline. Street fight. Ugh. Yano. All right. Yano, you were just mooing. He just mooed. Do. Yeah, I was checking on some of the cats last night when we had the thunderstorms, and I got some more really good videos of like the lightning flashing and like the cats illuminated in the night, in the dark. So that was cool. So I'll be able to splice some of those videos together, put them into a nice little YouTube clip. It was good. Bada boo. Keep doing you, baby. All right. Oh, interest? No, tease. All right. Typical. You ladies, playing hard to get with your cuteness. Oh, hello. Look, who is this handsome fella? Yeah. Hi, Mr. Clyde, man. Oh, light. For some reason, I feel like I could get the light better. Maybe not. Oh, well. But, you know, it was like we were getting everything. And like I said, luckily, because there was tornado stuff that was happening, like, in and around, you know, in regional. Because Texas is a big place. It's a big place. But, like, we was legitimately concerned last night. We're having to lock gates and we're having to lock cats up. And we're doing our storm preparation measures that we would typically do if, like, severe weather is expected. And it's funny because, like, I got maybe a couple messages, but not a lot, like, on Twitter, like, you guys okay? There's, like, thunderstorms and everything. And then literally, like, I guess it depends on, like, what's happening in the news, because, like, there's other stuff. It happens, like, down in, like, Houston, which is hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Has no bearing on anything that's happening, but I'll get, like, tons of messages. I'll get tons of comments and tweets like, is everything okay? Is the cats, are they fine? And it's just like, I guess it's like someone from Scotland, like, is probably not going to know, just like, you know all of their Texas geography. Forgive me for not knowing my Texas geography, Derek. That was terrible. I don't even know what that was. It was like a Scottish robot. Whoa, oh, jeez, man. I got, yep, and thing there. You're muddy. You have mud on your peats. Whoa. You're crazy. Oh, you're nuts. Yeah. Funny girl. Getting me wet. Getting my awesome skeleton playing a guitar shirt wet. Ton. What? Hi, baby. Hey, sugar pie. Yeah. Miss Kate. But, you know, gotta keep moving on. And we're not, we talked and we solicited, we asked, we told the people that found that. I know a lot of people have been talking to me about the tiger cub that's been down in Houston. The tiger cub that was, like, found with a leash walking around. And yeah, we sent multiple messages. We talked to them. I tweeted at them. There's a bunch of different things, but the tiger cub is not. It's not going to be going to our place. We actually, we'll let the other place make the announcement. But we do know the other place that's going to be getting it, and it was just like, ooh. It's not like, you know, like, oh, like, it's more like friendly banter. Oh, they got it. Oh, Mr. Ace. Heidi's been posting different things on Instagram with Ace actually being sweet. Yeah. Heidi Berry Cron on Instagram. She posts things. Mr. Mio Pants. What do you do? What are you being a dick for? Fine. Oh, now you're up. Oh, flip your tail with some attitude. Flip your tail with tude, mister. Hi. You're very cute. Or handsome. Yeah, boys don't like being called cute, they like being called handsome. this, like, I would like to be, I'm a chivalrous gentleman. I'm a very chivalrous gentleman. I like to speak on intelligent topics. If you're a lady that likes to have and engage in intelligent conversation, I would very much so appreciate. Maybe we could have an intelligent conversation over chamomile tea that is completely respectful. I'll tip my fedora at you, my lady. Oh, I seek out like the nice guys subreddit and like neckbeard subreddit and stuff like that. And I'll get into these really just deep spirals. Oh, where it's just, I look at the most like cringe-inducing stuff about that interesting, fedorable subgroup of the population. Yes, fedorable. Excuse me. Oh. All right, anyway. I've been babbling on about all sorts of different kind of things. It's about time that I just shut my yapper. So, I'll talk to you folks later, okay? Thanks for subscribing. I'm going to the comments section. Have at it. Just, you know, go wild, as they say. You usually do. Don't forget, hashtag Dorbist Award. Hashtag Dorbist Award. That's still a thing. You always got to do that. And just let me know what you're thinking. Because I read the comments. I do. I read them all. What is, really? What is with these leopards? What is with these leopards? I think it was because I was like messing with this thing and it was, whatever. Anyway, bye.